Hi, welcome back to my tutorial again. This one is pretty interesting and I hope you really like it. Okay, so I'm gonna just introduce the filter first. Well, you just have to click on the screen and there's this transition where it turns into a very beautiful mask. And the good thing about this tutorial is this animation that's happening and the shapes which are coming in as a result. So what is going behind it is that we are creating some shapes and then feeding them to face tracker. These shapes are created in the patch editor only. They are not imported from outside. So everything we were gonna do in this filter is going to be inside the Spark AR. So if you don't have knowledge of any other tool, don't worry. We are just going to use Spark AR to create this filter. Well, let's start. All right, let's start with a new project. I'm gonna quickly bring myself back. Okay, hi, hi. First things first. What I'm gonna do is that I'm gonna create a face mesh so that we can work with our face. So a face mesh is it's more like a so earlier we were last tutorial we had a rectangle which was a 2D thing. Now this face mesh is like a 3D object again. It's part of a face tracker. Face tracker is something which is this entire face, and if you see these arrows, it's like it's tracking your face in 3 dimension, yeah, Z direction, X direction, Y direction, and this face mesh is something on it. So this little part is this face mesh, which is tracking everything on a face tracker. I'm gonna quickly assign it to a material. Now we have a material to it. I'm gonna assign it to flat and bring this texture out. Okay, so we can import any texture from the computer, like any image that you like. Um, Maybe I'm gonna go with this image, and as usual, put everything to none. Okay, name it to texture image to mat my mask, and this is also my mask. I want things I like things organized, so that's why I renamed them quickly. All right, if I assign this image directly to my face, I'll see that this image is my face now. All right, um, I don't want to see entire face using this image. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna manipulate its alpha, okay? And if I add a mix patch here and feed it here, nothing's gonna change because we are feeding 100% of the first input. Keep the second input 0. If I manipulate this alpha, it's going to change its opacity, right? You can use alt and arrows to increase it by zero point 0.1, and if you directly increase it without the alt, it's gonna increase it by number 1. So I'm gonna keep it 0 for now. See the entire texture. Uh, Now let's have a let's use the SDFs. Let me introduce to SDFs. So there are a lot of patches here, which has SDF shapes like SDF star, SDF circle, there's rectangle, there's this half plane. A lot of shapes are there, and there are functions like union of shapes. There's a polygon. No, sorry, the function is like scale an SDF, flip an SDF, mix an SDF, repeat an SDF, annular. So there are a lot of functions, SDF rotation we can use. Right now we're going to import SDF circle to give you a perspective of it. This is a circle which is centered at zero point 0.5. So mark my mouse, 0 is here, the origin, and zero point 0.5 would be almost here in X direction, zero point 0.5 would be here in the Y direction. So my center is this at the moment, and this radius is zero point 0.5. Okay, so basically this circle is my entire face. All right, so even if I, you know, uh, printed directly, it's gonna be my entire face. First of all, I cannot directly put in here because if I directly put in here, it's gonna be just a number, which is just going to increase my uh, transparency or my color texture on this uh, face texture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna use a smooth function. Sorry, smooth step function. And smooth step is nothing but it just smooth the shapes out at the edges, and we're gonna explain that in detail as well. So let's say I put this 0.1 for now. Uh, so you see that why it's not visible is because the circle is as big as my face, and I'm projecting the entire thing. If I reduce it to maybe 0.2, okay, on 0.2, and the radius is as well maybe 0.2, then you see that the circle shifted. Um, it is small now, and this is nothing but this is smoothing out at the edges. First, like let's fix a circle to by maybe 0.33 and 0.36. So it like covers our eyes, and maybe it's 0.12. Yep, it's perfectly on my eye right now. Um, what I want to do is that I want to explain this smooth step to you, okay? So if you put the smooth step to 0.1, you see that the edges has increased and they're smoothed out, you know. If I put to 0.2, it's going to be even larger. If I decrease the difference between them, you know, uh, then this is like a minimum thing and this is a maximum edge. So it's going to smooth out even lesser. If the higher the difference, higher the smoothing. So if I put 0.1, you see that the larger area is covered, but it started smoothing out from zero point 0.1 to zero point 0.2, you know, the entire thing. But for now, we're gonna just go for 0 and 0.001 because we don't wanna smooth it out as much, but you're free to experiment with it. Okay, now this is the one shape that I did. I wanna cover my other eye as well, so I'm gonna just copy and paste it. Now, if you see that this is 0.5, this is 0.33, so I'm going to go this side. I have to add something similar to this is 0.17 less than 0.5. I have to go 0.17 greater than 0.5. So this is going to be 0.67. Okay, wait. I'm going to add these two shapes now. So what you're going to do is like I want both the shapes clubbed to a single shape now. So I'm going to take a union, which is take smooth union, or you can take any union, but I'm going to take smooth union because so that you have a lot of smooth union is very good function. I will tell you how. Okay, now I am going to create this here. Now you see that I have both of the eyes here. The texture is coming from the image. You see the texture is coming from the image. So this part of the image has lines on it. This part is like a plain texture. Okay. I'm gonna quickly add some more shapes. Pay attention to the values that I'm gonna add, and you shall you shall learn the values by yourself. But you can refer the tutorial for the exact images. So what I'm gonna do next is that I'm gonna have some sort of small dots over here. So what is that? It's like a circle. Um, so what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna have small dots over my eyes. And small dots are nothing but shape of a circle with the lower radii, and the position is what we're gonna feed them. Okay, so I forgot to introduce SDF to you. SDFs are signed distance field, which are nothing but consider like imagine a function, and input to the function is the position of the shape, and output of the function is the nearest distance of that shape. Okay, so basically you create a shape and then you sort of can manipulate it in the space, right? Amazing. All right, so I'm going to add some circles now. SDF circle. Okay, so I want to see this circle working all the time, so I'm gonna take it with me. So this is my eyes. I'm gonna name it to eyes. Put it because I want to see like what am I making. So I'm gonna like keep it with me for testing. And this is going to be SDF circle. It's like whole big circle. Okay, so I mean if I go with I've still the entire face. Um, but if I want a very small circle now, so what I'm gonna do is first of all decrease the radii, maybe very small circle like a dot. I have a dot, right? Now this dot needs to be at a position where like it goes like this, yeah. So I want to put it here. So maybe take a union to this so that we know that where we're gonna put it. So if I take union of these images, I can see the exactly where we're gonna put them. All right. So I wanna put them. I have to manipulate. I'm good with the radii. I wanna manipulate the center of it. Maybe 0.54. Okay. Wow, you have a nose pin for yourself. But I don't want a nose pin, but like amazing. 0.54, and I want to go up in the y direction, so decrease it a bit, 0.2, 2 up, 0.25, 0.26, 65. This is going to be a great dot here. I want similar dot like this to appear on the other side. I'll copy and paste it. My y direction is going to be the same. My x direction is going to shift from 0.5. By the difference, I am here. By the difference, I want to be here. So 0.265. That is okay. 0.54. So I want 0.46. Because my 0.5 is my middle line, and 0.5 is my this x direction. It's not going to change. How much I go here, and I have to go similar distance in the minus x direction. All right. Um, I'm going to smooth and union them as well. So now these are my dots, and I'm gonna union this to. I have all the dots here. So you see that I'm creating some dots here. I'm going to comment around. This is going to be my dot one. Okay. Now I want to create dot number two. Copy paste it, and the dot number two would be slightly more into its direction. So maybe 0.54 becomes 0.58. And to see that in perspective, I want to smooth union it and pass this smooth union to my main smooth union. I see that it's coming, but it's coming a little not so well. So maybe 0.57, no, 585. And this goes to 4.2. I actually have these values, experimented and well fed. So I'm going to use those. This is I'm going to change to 0.455, and this I'm going to change to 415. I'm going to reduce my circle to be radius to be 0.1 and 0.1, and I haven't modified the y direction here. Y's will be a little bit up, so you have to reduce it 0.248 and 0.248. I'm going to quickly add a few more dots here. You can follow along if you like. So this is my dot two, and then copy paste it for my dot three. Dot three would be 0.62231.38 and 231. Smooth it into it. Okay. Okay, so I'm gonna club all these dots to um, make a final combination of a shape. So this is my dot six, this is my five, this is my fourth, this is my third. Um, these combined, these all bottom four are combined. Top two should be combined with this. If I combine top two with this, okay, and these are combined here. So if I combine everything here, now this should give me the entire shape of, yeah. It's a very simple task. What I did was made six dots, one, two, three, four, five, and six. So this shape represents my one dot, two dot. So this is one pair, then second pair, third pair, fourth pair, fifth pair, sixth pair. Okay. So the order can be like first dot, second dot, third dot, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay, like this. So the x direction is increasing, decreasing, like this. Y direction increasing and then decreasing a little. All right. 5 6 union, 4 5 union, 3 2 union, 1 2 union, and then the entire union is here. Okay. So I'm gonna club this entire thing to call it, let me come out of this. Now this is my entire dot section. Small dots. Okay. Now I have my eyes here. What I want next is like a shape which is like a third eye to my eyes. Um, how can I achieve it? I want a third eye. How can I achieve my third eye? So let me see. Third eye can be an ellipse. Yeah. So I'm going to take one more shape here, which is going to be an SDF ellipse. SDF ellipse with like, let's see how does it look. So I'm gonna take a smooth union. I want to see how the shape looks. Um, Smooth union with another smooth union. So I club the entire shape with the dots and the eyes to this and feed it to my main smooth step. So these are quite big clips because like the half size is 0.5 and 0.5, so like it's like this. I'm gonna go for 0.1 and 0.1. decrease the size to 0.1 and 0.1. It doesn't seem to give me. It doesn't seem to give me anything. Let's see if I want it in the center. Yep, now it's in the center, in the X direction center. Then I want Y direction to be go a little down maybe. This is up, quite up too. Okay, it's quite big. I want to reduce its size to maybe 0.02. Yeah, and not this isn't that big, 108. Okay, go up a little, boy. Yep, perfect. Um, Now I've got my, what you call it? This is my, well, I'm gonna just call it the third eye. Yep. Um, my shape is ready, but my mask is ready, but just like it has to, stick. It's not sticking. So now these are my eyes, and these are my shapes. So remember I told you like the smoothness is very magical function. So if I want to combine these, like give me a union of these eyes. So now that I have this eye here, I have this eye here, and the union is the position wherever they are, and they also the space between them. But taking a union is only projecting where the eyes are situated. So if I smooth it out a little bit, point one, point two, this you see that they're approaching towards each other. So they're gonna like take the whole area. So I'm going to just give it to be maybe 0.12. No, I'm gonna go for 0.21 and keep it to 0.22. Yep, perfect, right? Yep. So I have my mask ready now. I have everything. One last thing, let's create some animation to it. Um, this is my final smooth function. So if I smooth it out, it's gonna combine all the shapes. So like if I increase it, it's gonna combine all the shapes, right? So let's have a screen tap trigger, which says that if you screen tap it, give me an animation which transition from um, its value to 1. Initially, it should be 1 so that I see this kind of phrase, or maybe 1.2, 3, 4, 1.4. All right. And then in the end, it should go to 0 like this. So if you start at 1.4 and at 0, this should happen when I screen tap. This is too fast. I'm going to increase it to 1, 2, 3, 5. And I want to refresh it every time I test it because this animation displays once. This is pretty smooth. All right. I want to reset it. Okay, I'm going to give it a delay function which delays a reset after 0.1 second. Yeah. And oh, amazing. Okay, this is ready. This part is ready. There are some few enhancements that you can do is that you can go to this library. There are a lot of patches here. You can search for adjust color patch. If you adjust this color patch, you can adjust some saturation and everything. I'm gonna import this here. What I want to do is that I want to have a black and white screen. So let's set a rectangle, make it 100%, 100%. Um, Give it a material. So this, you see that this rectangle is rendering first, and then my face. My face in this 3D shape. So from the position, if I go back, this goes back as well behind the rectangle. So to fix this, you can go to the mask material of the face and tell it that okay, do not use the depth. So now the entire rectangle is coming first, and your face is behind. So to fix that, pick the canvas, hold it back. You put it back. Just top of the, or maybe just above the face tracker is also fine, right? Um, Again, I wanna also adjust these two with it and change back my depths again. Yep. Um, I'm gonna have my materials to be flat of the rectangle, so they'll be whitish. Bring out this texture. Also bring out the camera texture and bring camera texture in the patch editor and fade it here. Right. So now we can adjust the saturation and everything. I just want to play with my saturation, but I wanted a black and white image. So if my saturation goes in -1, like -1, there should not be any colors. And that's it. Pretty much it. So this part is to uh, P and W. All right. This is done. This is done. If I click, it is still working. Bring out. Okay. Initially saw that there was this there were lines going through it, like so that is something I created in shader code asset, which is a little complex thing. But again, you can let me know if you like it. So let me import it first. So I just imported a shader code, which is essentially, I'll show you how does it work. It's a few lines of code, which keeps running with time and outputs, like I'll tell you what it outputs to. It outputs to, if I take this out, feed it the screen size. This is the patch. Basically, what this patch is doing is mixing. What this patch is doing is um, it's smoothing it out. This patch is evening it out. So this patch is going to give me a texture that I coded. Um, Now this should, in place of my taking the image, I'm going to take this. Okay, and see the immediate effect. I have this like a circling down thing which keeps coming. Okay, so we're gonna fix this. Yeah, use the depth test. If the depth test is used, and then the object in this is gonna know that um, do not be um, do not be bothered by the depth of the material. Instead, just show it as it is. So if I put another plane here in front of my face, it's gonna be in front of my face, no matter how in Z direction I move. It's always gonna be in front of my face. So now let's try it out. So my Spark is a little buggy. It keeps hanging in every now and then. Um, well, let's see. How does it look? Woohoo! Well, that's pretty much it for now. Let me know if you have any questions, any suggestions. If you want to learn this texture that I made behind it, then let me know. I can make a tutorial on it, and then you can learn to code a shader code asset, which gives you an output um, of these different shapes. Well, that's pretty much it for now. Good luck learning.